Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. I think I can make it now the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Well, good morning, beautiful people. Aloha. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. My name is Michelle May. I'm on the Board of Trustees, and I'm also a practitioner intern. Yay! Finally being announced. It's been a long road, and it's fabulous to be towards the final stretch. I'm also going to be sharing a few great things that we have going on this week. First off, though, I do want to mention we did get more copies of Rita's books. They've been selling out fast, so we do have some more out in the bookstore. You can see Roseanne and Malia at the end, and you can get signature from Rita if you would like. And then also there's been some other folks wanting the Abundance book. It sold out when we were doing the Abundance Project, so we just got a bunch in. So that's also out in the bookstore along with other goodies and the Science of Mind magazines and local authors and all sorts of good stuff. So check out the bookstore after service. And we are having our Flying Solo is starting this Thursday, and we have one spot left. So we are looking for that brave person who wants to join us and diving in and going deep and finding out about your life. And then it's just a process. It's actually a very internal process that we get to share with other folks from the congregation 6 weeks from now. So if you are interested, please see the Reverends. Today is the last day to sign up and to pay for that. So that's going to happen and start on Thursday. And then on Wednesday, we have a beautiful healing circle. We took a little hiatus, so we're bringing this back. And what it is, it's an opportunity to come. It's very meditative. We do it with music. There's a prayer chamber. It's really all about coming in and letting go whatever is no longer serving us and then filling ourselves up with lots of love and self-forgiveness and whatever it is that we're needing. But we do it in a meditative way. So come join us for that. It's been well attended. It's been well received. And it's always really beautiful and exquisite, especially with the music. So that's going to be Wednesday from 7 to 8. So please join us for that. And then Thursday in Kalaheo with Rebecca DeRoos is going to be a spiritual living circle, and that's going to be from 1 to 2:30. So if you want more info about that, it is on the program that you received when you came in. All right. Well, I wanted to also give a thank you. We had a huge weekend with tomatoes on a windowsill, and for those of you who came, thank you, and a huge round of applause to Rita. Woo! Yay! does. Perfect time to introduce her. And Reverend Patrick.
Thank you, everyone.
Reverend Patrick.
As long as you're on that subject, I would like everyone that helped with that production to stand, because we had some angels behind the scene that we couldn't have done it without them. Yay. Thank you so much. I just acknowledge and just give great gratitude to the people that serve CSL Kauai, because it's just support that just helps us to go forward and to really shine this experience of this center on this island, and we couldn't do it without all the love and support. So if you were here for the first time, this is Center for Spiritual Living Kauai.
So we'll light the candle.
Yes, let's light the candle. That's what we do
But
first.
before, so we can
I gotta
ground
get back in my
ourselves,
body. Wait,
there's
hold on.
something that, but she's back in her body well. This is her 65th birthday, and that's why we rose that wonderful tomatoes on a windowsill. And if you watched her move around for an hour and 20 minutes, I'm going to tell you, this is what 65, the beautiful 65 looks like.
This is what this teaching can do for you. Anyway,
Before we go in there, we just have to mention the direction was superb in this.
Who was director?
Spielberg. So let's just take all of that laughter, and let's just take a moment to just remember something that is absolutely essential for us personally and for the world, and that is peace. And it all starts right here where we are in this moment, in this place of heart. So please just take a moment to just breathe in and breathe out peace. And so it is. Nice. Well, hello again.
That always feels so good.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are, Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, and I said this last Sunday, and I'm going to say it again. We practice quantum physics here, which is science of mind and spirit, just another word for it. We practice the energy and presence of that divine intelligence, that energy. That's what we are, is energy, spirit. You can call it what you are, what you want, because it is what you are. And we get the opportunity in every moment to tap into that thing that's unlimited, that's this substance that's all around us and through us, and use it for our highest good and the highest good of this world. And that's what we practice here, and keep ourselves on that task and on that higher conscious level so that we can be a presence, I'll just go there, of light and energy in this world. Is that a word?
She went off that sill, and I'm going to tell you, it's taken us a little time to read.
I don't think that's a word, presences is. I don't know.
I'm sure they're Googling as we speak. So who is here for the first time and wonders what's happening? Who's here for the first time? Oh, welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, so the reason we had you raise your hand is because we have some stuff about you that we'd just like to share with everybody, if that would be okay. So this is it. Shall we let them know? Oh, yeah. Okay. You are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
You are magnificent. And relieved. I go, oh, that. Okay, good. So we know that all about you because we know it all about ourselves. And we've been saying this. Can you imagine? We've been saying you are magnificent for how many? Almost 5 years, you guys. So let's just all say it together, shall we? I am magnificent, And then there's this camera back there that just peeks in here every Sunday, and people are watching. I know Carrie and Michael are out there.
Sherry and Tom.
Terry. And, this is like romper room, yeah? And I see my friend Sherry. And but let me tell you what they're doing. They're coming in here, or they're on island and just didn't want to get up. And so they're out here having their coffee, but it doesn't matter because we know who they are as well, right? So let's let them know. You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right, look up, look down. Just tell somebody who they are. They are magnificent. I know you're magnificent. Harry's magnificent. Oh my gosh, you're magnificent.
You are.
All right, it's like a spiritual bar in here. Can everybody stand up and let's have our opening song with all this magnificence going on. Exactly.
We are eternal, we are boundless, born of infinite bliss consciousness. By the grace of love, we are eternal, we are boundless, we choose peace and happiness. By the grace of love, so let's surrender, knowing everything's gonna be right. We come from and return to love. Let's all surrender, knowing everything's gonna be alright. We come from and return to love. Yeah, we come from and return to love.
And what I know is we are bathing in love right now. We are bathing in that quantum field of love and peace and everything, all those wonderful attributes that just allow us to fulfill that wonderful expression of good, of God. Call it whatever you want. As I say many times, it needs no names because it is all names. It is everything. And that is the good news that we are celebrating here today, that each and every one of us are expressing that thing called good, that thing called God, that thing called love. And that power that is right here, right now. There's nowhere to look. There's nothing to get. There's nothing to search for. The searching is over. We are the finders. We are the finders and the knowers of this truth. And we come here today as an ohana, as a family, as one, to celebrate this magnificence that we are. And I know this to be the absolute truth of my being. And as I know that to be the truth, it just goes from this building all the way out into the world, to the planet, to the cosmos, to all the people we haven't even met yet on the other planets. And I know that they are celebrating with us right here and right now. That is how huge we are. That is how big we are. That is how powerful we are. And I know that from the very depths of my being, and I just shout it out to the world. So together, let's celebrate it together as that power says yes. Say yes with me. Yes, and let it go, let it be, and so it is. Woo!
We are eternal, we are boundless, born of infinite bliss consciousness. By the grace of love, we are eternal, we are boundless, we choose peace and happiness. By the grace of love, so let's surrender, knowing everything's gonna be alright. We come from and return to love. Let's all surrender, knowing everything's gonna be alright. We come from and return to love. Yeah, we come from and return to love. To love.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Malia Reed. and I am a licensed religious science and quantum physicist practitioner. and and I know this stuff works because I had a treatment last week from Rita that was just like, not a treatment, I had a session from her that was just magnificent, and I feel so much lighter and so much better. So let's just take a moment to relax in our seats and take some deep breaths, breathing in that good prana, inhaling deeply, and exhaling completely. And if you want to breathe like this the whole time, you can. If you feel like closing your eyes, that's nice too. So our quote today is from Corinthians. Do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? Do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? So let's just take this inward for our time of meditation. Enjoy your time. Coming back to this moment with our quote of the day, do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? Do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? There is one power and one presence in the universe that can be used for good. It's omnipotent, omniscient, and all-knowing. And because this power is so mighty, and because it's everywhere present and it's in everyone, it's right here, right now. And I call this presence, this goodness, God, good, infinite intelligence, love, joy, peace, heart. And what I know is this presence that I call God, that I call good, that I call love, is everywhere. It's in everyone in this room, everyone on this island, out into the world, out into the far reaches of the universe, and beyond and beyond. It's everywhere. It's in the ocean and the mountains, the flowers, the babies, and everybody's smile. It's in everything. It's in the rocks. It's in the animals. It's just flowing through everything. And I'm so grateful for this presence that I call God, that I call good. And what I know is that we are all one with this, because there's no way we could be separate from it, because it is us. We are God. We are love. We are joy. We are peace. And what I know is that this joy and this love and this peace that I call God is a healing power for good. And what I know is that anything can be healed. And this is the day where we have the opportunity, and the month, the healing month, just to open up to that healing power that's within us and without us and all around us, and that's everywhere present, and knowing this is the time for miracles right here and right now. And I am so eternally grateful for this healing power and this beautiful presence that's here right now on this beautiful island, in this place, in this room right now. And I just say mahalo, mahalo, mahalo for this healing energy. And I know that my prayers are answered before I ask. And I just release my word to the law. And as we say together, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Malia. Turn to your programs.
This is our chant here, right in our program.
I've got peace like a river, peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, and it flows like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, and it flows like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, and it flows like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got peace like a river, peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, and it flows like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. And thank you, Malia. That was beautiful. Thank you. Wow. It's very powerful today. I can feel that energy of healing in this room, which is just revealing our divine nature. That's all we're doing when we're healing. And this whole month is about that. And I don't want to go any further, though, without pointing to him. And just telling you all, and just in your presence to let you know how much I appreciate this man who has stood beside me for 20 years. We haven't been, about 20 years. No, 21 years actually now. God, time goes so fast. And we've been through a lot together, and we've just always stood by each other. And tomatoes on a windowsill that you saw, so those of you that have seen it, I couldn't have did it without him, and I said this process was more rehearsals. This one that we did was more rehearsals than performances, because we did one for the Sacred Journey, and then the two that we did the other, Thursday and Friday. And he sat through all those rehearsals over and over, and I literally sat there and took notes over and over and over. I mean, that's true love, I think. And the fact that I could take his notes is true love, too. Anyway, and then he still laughs during the performance. I find that really powerful. Anyway, so the Heal Deal is today's talk title, and I have so much to say, and I have like a million talks in my head, and I'm just choosing so I don't stay up here all the time. But it was interesting. I found a quote by Socrates this morning, and it said, "The secret of change is not to focus all your energy on fighting the old, but on building the new." So, I think sometimes when we think we can't have a healing of sorts in our life, it's because we're fighting to the old, we're fighting even to get rid of it, and instead of just looking at where we want to be. And I've been, as you know, I have this thing about Joe Dispenza now, which is fine. But it's really helping me a lot right now, and it's been really helping me to see how much these quantum physicists of the 1900s and 1800s, are being represented now through these people, Joe Dispenza and all these people, Bruce Lipton, different ones, Deepak Chopra even. So he has this meditation that I've been doing, and I really, really like it. It's not easy to get a hold of at first, but once you get a hold of it, and I've been getting a hold of it, and you do it at night and in the morning. I like the morning one better, but there's 3 things he says that I think are really powerful, but you have to be able to practice them in order to obviously bring them into your lives. And the first thing he says is living your life with a vision of the future rather than a memory of the past. Are you living your life with a vision of the future or a memory of the past? Now, as you just see, I just did my one-woman show, right? And it was a memory play. And I had all these characters and experiences. But what I found when I did it, and even when I did it back in the early 2000, I became the observer, not the person that was in the memory. I was able to pull myself out and look at it and tell the story of a memory that I had been through, but I wasn't immersed in the memory. So I had this contradiction when I did it this time, because I know so much more about life now than I did when I first put it up, in 2003. And I was like, oh, am I going back to my past? But it was such a different experience because I was able to pull myself out and just look at it and observe it. So I wasn't sinking back into my memory. And now, this idea of having a vision for the future, it's like every day, instead of reliving your past, you're focused on where you want to go. You can't build your life by focusing on the past and keep pulling it up and reiterating it to yourself. You have, and it's the natural occurrence, right? Emma Curtis Hopkins, who was the quantum physicist of the early 1900s, wrote, And she was if you don't know who she is, look her up, because she was like a healer of all healers, called the teacher of teachers. And we talk about her a lot here. She said most people think they are reporters rather than creators. They report in great detail the conditions of their day, usually with emotion and exaggeration. Guess what happened to me? You won't believe it. That's what she wrote. But the law, that creative medium that's responding to us, doesn't know anything about reporters. It only knows about creators. It takes every word spoken as a word of creation. As a result, the new day of a person is created out of the reporting of the old day. This is like really powerful. If we could just get this, if I could just get this and catch myself when I find myself reporting, and I hear a lot of it, you know, from being in the position I'm in, because I see a lot of people, and sometimes people have problems and stuff. And one of the first things they do, and I'll listen to conversations, and everybody's just talking about what happened. If they're not feeling well, they're letting you know about it, you know, in great detail about every drip coming out of their nose and every, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be sick. I mean, we get sick sometimes, right? It happens. But why would we like stay and just, you know, wallow in it? Because that's what she's talking about. That's reporting, like reporting over and over every detail of the thing. And I'm like, okay. And that's working in the world of conditions. It's not working in the quantum field, because in the quantum field, there's an energy that we can tap into that's there, that created that to begin with, that can be uncreated. We can uncreate what we've created. That's the beauty of this whole thing, is we don't have to be stuck with what we've created. We can uncreate, but we can't uncreate by keep reiterating the same thing. We have to change. We have to come from a different cause. Like they say, our cells in our bodies change every, I don't know how many months, days or hours or whatever the time limit is. But the reason they're not changing the condition is because we're still going at it from the same frame of mind. So yeah, they're changing. They're just changing back into what we give them. So this is science, guys. This is not like something woo-woo thing. This is truth science that's being proved now, that these people, like I said last week, didn't have Petri dishes. So they just had what they knew, which was truth, because they were visionaries and they were true metaphysicians and true mystics, which we all are if we choose to be. So yeah. So are you living your life with a vision of the future or from a memory of the past? Past is like anything that just happened, right? Then I kind of talked about the broadcasting and like to be an observer so you can catch thoughts. Oh yeah. So if you can catch, that's another thing he does in this meditation. He makes you bring up like the stuff that you might have caught, like thoughts that you've had that you might have, you just had them, right? Okay, so you got to just let them go, right? So he says, but be observant of your thoughts. Like be observant, not stressing yourself out about them. They're just thoughts, and not all thoughts demonstrate, because if they all did, can you imagine? We say that here all the time, right? If every thought we had demonstrated, I don't think we'd even be here. So, yeah, okay, so you have a thought, but there's thoughts you don't want to think. So observe the fact that you're thinking that thought. Be an observer, observe the fact, and just let it go. And just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Like, you can't just say, I'm going to do it once. I was in a meditation this morning, and I had like so much going on in my mind. And I just said, no, Rita, just pull yourself back. Just pull yourself back, and I had to keep doing it. I know one of the biggest complaints I get about with people is monkey mind, right? Monkey mind can be trained. I mean, we're acting like, you know, we can't train the monkey. But we can, because we are the monkey, all right? So we're just training ourselves. That's all we're doing. So, yeah, so bringing yourself back. And then the other thing is that the realization, he says, as I change my energy, I can change my life. Like the realization that you can change your energy. You can change it. Do you believe that? Yes. Are you? Yeah, I mean, I feel like I am changing my energy in every minute now. And I want more out of life. That's not greedy to want more. I want more out of life. I want to have bigger, beautiful, I got to be careful when I use that word, but bigger, more beautiful, expansive experiences. I want more for my life. So I have to change my energy to create that more, I have to have a bigger energy. I have to realize that there's unlimited energy, and that I'm not an unlimited energy. And how do I do that? By sitting and being with it, and then acting as if in the present moment. And then, and he says, like, as you practice this, you're actually experimenting with your destiny. Like, you're actually the experimenter that gets to experiment with this. We don't believe in destiny in this philosophy. There is no destiny besides what you make it. There's nothing that's saying you're going to be this and you're going to do that. That's why we don't believe in prognoses. We believe in, you get a diagnosis, that's fine. But there's no prognosis. You don't know what's going to happen. I told you all about my mother last week, and I don't know. My mother had a cancer diagnosis last week, and I don't know what her prognosis is. I don't know when she's going to decide to leave, what's going to happen, and anything could happen. So there is no such thing as destiny. There's only what we choose, and I stand by that 100%. And I know that when we choose, where we don't choose, we're choosing, right? When we don't choose, we're choosing. And so there's nothing that just happens in life. Everything, and we can't understand someone else's journey. We can't step back far enough, and nor do we dare to. It's not our position to try to figure out why someone is in a position that they're in or whatever. Our only job is to see the highest good for them and see them perfect, because in reality they are. I talked last week about that primal feeling I had about the possibility of losing my mother, like it was there. So my sister said, Mom, Rita, it's like, we were in that uterus. All of us were at one time. And we have that connection to the mother energy, right? But I thought about it. I thought, that's really primal. That's coming from what these guys call, I guess it's the reptilian brain or something that's down here. That's that primal thing that we have that makes us go out sometimes and do things that are just like, we get angry, that kind of stuff. Then I thought, no, I need to think about this from a higher level. There's a higher energy, a higher brain. There's this connection to my mother that's a spiritual connection that I don't have to go into that, I'm connected to my mother, because if I do that, what's going to happen? More than likely, I'll probably get too connected. Anyway, so I'll go into the ditch with her. But I can be connected on a higher level, on a spiritual level, on an energy field level instead of that, because our journey together, our spiritual journey together brought us together physically, but that's not our whole journey. Our journey is a spiritual journey. So, yeah. So I'm learning all these things this week. It's just like amazing. And I understand that all of this is a choice. It's a choice. I get to choose to do this. I have a choice to change my energy. I have a choice to live my life with a vision of the future and not a memory of the past. It's a choice. And I better make those choices, because if I don't make those choices, I'm just going to get sucked back into the energy field of race consciousness. And what we call race consciousness here is the prevalent energy of the race. There's an energy in this room that's a race consciousness. And it's beautiful. And then there's an energy field over here that's different, that's race consciousness, and they believe things. And we can get sucked in to that if we're not conscious co-creators. We have to be conscious co-creators with this energy, with this source. So the other thing is, there's so much. I read this other thing about being a wool gatherer. Do you know what a wool gatherer is? A wool gatherer is a person that walks around, they're back in the old days, and to get the wool from the sheep, they just pluck it off the trees instead of shearing it. So they just get wool here and wool there and wool there and wool there. And I just thought of it as a metaphor for picking up like old thoughts and other people's stuff and taking it and trying to make a sweater out of it or something, trying to make your life out of it. And I think when we're not conscious co-creators, we do that unconsciously. We pick up the ideas, of other people and what do you think about this and what my mother did to me and what my father, could have done and all that stuff. And we're just picking up all this old stuff and making our life out of it when we just need to let it go. Yeah, shear the sheep and get down to the real stuff. which is God, which is beauty, all those things Malia talked about in her treatment. And we can't do it if we keep going back. We can't. The way to heal your life is to get in the present moment and have a vision for what you want for your future and keep yourself on target with that. That is. And Ernest Holmes promises us, I love this, is one of my favorite quotes from him. Ernest Holmes, if you don't know who he is, he's the founder of religious science, quantum physics of the He said, the man, woman, I put woman in because he always talked to man, the man, woman who dares to fling their thought out into universal intelligence with the assurance of one who realizes his divine nature and its relation to the universe and dares to claim all there is will find an ever-creative good at hand to aid him. To the soul that knows his own divinity, all else must gravitate. So that's the thing we got to go back to. That's why it's so important, this thing we go, I am magnificent every Sunday, like we say it like we're, don't say it like a robot. Really put your hand on your heart and really feel that. And don't just do it on Sunday. Do it all the time. That's the other thing that I heard on the tape with Joe Dispenza was put your hand on your heart and give compassion to yourself. Give love to yourself. Don't beat yourself up, if you've done something in the past 1,000,000 years ago that doesn't really even matter anymore. If you have to make amends, make them. But it's in holding in and beating yourself up about it. Be compassionate and just stay with that beautiful thing that you are, which is your divine nature, because that can heal anything. I think it was Malia, somebody said something, that what you said about that power, it's so magnificent, it's so expansive, and it doesn't know anything but creation. That's all it knows, and that's who we are. That's what we came from. Big Bang, whatever you want to call it, that's what we came from, that loving energy that's creating from itself, and just that's all it knows. And it's creating, whether we're reporting or whether we're seeing a vision for our future, it's all a choice, and it's creating. And then for the minute that we take responsibility for that, not blame, but responsibility, and realize we have that power, and actually start practicing using it, is the day that our lives change. And I am a testimony to that. I wouldn't stand up here and say this to you if I didn't believe it and knew it and practiced it. And I do. I practice it. And right now, I practice it so much that I went back into a 16-week program called Mental Muscle because I'm not satisfied. I want to practice it more because I really want to be able to live it big, as Glenn would say. Live it big. Have a bigger expression for the center where we're going. The center it's huge. It's already huge. I know that. So, and it's all you. Look at this. It's beautiful. So I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. I got 2 cakes this year. That was great. So that's big, right? I got a card today that said more, something about more, and I go, yeah, all right. So let's live the more. Let's live with a vision of the future and not from a memory from our past. And if we need to dig out our past and bring it out, get somebody to help us with it and step out of it and get going, all right? And so it is. I'll tell him this later.
I've been knocking on all the doors, everywhere looking for you, exploring all the stars in heaven. Feels like forever I've been calling out your name, wishing to be a torchbearer for your infinite flame. I'm right here, ready to sing my heart out for you. Do all you ever do. I'm a flute waiting to be played by you. And what I'm really trying to say is, please use me in your next love song, and forgive me until I do no wrong. Maybe you could be in your symphony, and you could play me into ecstasy. Please use me in your next love song. I wonder if I could be one who gets to know your inner sun, and that becomes illuminated. Please fill me with your grace. I live to see a smile on your face and be a light in this world. I'm ready to sing more out for you. Through all you ever do, I'm a flute waiting to be played by you. And what I'm really trying to say is, please use me in your next love song, and forgive me until I do no wrong. Maybe I could be in your symphony, and you could sing me into ecstasy. Please use me in your next love song. I'm ready to sing more out for you. Through all you ever do, I'm a flute waiting to be played by you. And what I'm really trying to say is, please use me in your next love song, and forgive me until I do no wrong. Maybe I could be in your symphony, and you could play me into ecstasy. Please use me in your next love song.
Beautiful, thank you. Wow, there's some great energy in this room. I'm just over there bathing in it. I'm just going, wow, it's just fantastic. I want to mention a little something about compassion, because Rita mentioned it, and it's didn't plan on it, but what else is new with me? The heal deal, I like that. It's like the real deal. Let's do the heal deal. I want to talk about compassion because we're working with the kids today on that. George is in there talking about, having compassion, how powerful it is. In this philosophy, I just want to let you know a little bit about empathy and sympathy. We don't do a lot of that. And then people go, oh, it's like, wow, how could you say? I remember I fought my mentor for about 10 years, like how important empathy is and how important sympathy is. And he would say, no, it's about compassion. And compassion is, and I'll tell you the little difference. Empathy is when I understand what you're going through. That's great. Sympathy is when I really feel sorry for you, and I'm probably glad I'm not you in that moment. Empathy, sympathy. And I remember going, I could never stand up in front of anybody and talk about that. Compassion is the action step. When you have compassion, it's related to passion. You can help people when you are compassionate. I used it with George today. I said, it's like when somebody is inside of the quicksand going down. And I'm going, oh my God, I feel so sorry for you. I'm going to get in there, and help you. I understand I really understand what's going on with you because I'm going down with you. But compassion is tying the vine, man, around the tree and throwing it in so they can get out. That's our job. If you want to call it a job, that's our gift to one another. Yeah, we can sit around like Rita was talking about. We can sit around and talk about how horrible it is, and that's okay too. I have had pity parties that you would just, and I don't even invite anybody because they are so much better by myself. They are so much better because then nobody interrupts me. And then I can pull up everything. I'll have another glass of wine. Oh, So I'm not against pity parties, but they can only last for so long, my friends. I found this beautiful, these beautiful words from Myra Nix. The raging river of life can feel uncomfortable as it rushes over our attempts to sedate, medicate, and hide what is really lying inside. But at some point, what lies within will be seen anyway. God, have we been there, right? I don't care how much you think you're hiding. I'm talking to myself. It will come up. It will come up because it must come up. It must come up to be healed. It must come up. I was thinking this morning, and I had mixed feelings about this thing called illness versus wellness. A lot of power is given to illness. A lot of power. And I get emotional about it. Not because I'm sympathetic, but there's this deep urge inside of me this morning especially that said, the answer's there, Patrick. Just listen to it. The answer is there. When I think of how much, and if you're going into any kind of a shame or guilt spin when I'm talking right now, please don't. This is not about blaming yourself for being sick or somebody who's sick, but eventually we have to talk about it. And talk about it from a place of solution. Not a place of this and that. And most of us, as I said before, could become doctors with as much assessment we've done over this thing called illness. I'm going to talk about this flu. I'm going to talk about it passionately. Because a lot of people got the flu. God, it's all over the place. I mean, it's all on Facebook. Everybody on Facebook's got the flu. Not that I've been on Facebook, but I'm just saying. I'm so glad not to have to advertise tomatoes on a windowsill. I'm so glad not to be on Facebook. And I just thought, I want to talk about the flu. I want to bring it out on the table so we can look at it. It's okay, but nobody gave it to you. I've heard that a million times. Oh my God, I was with a little kid and it gave it to me. They didn't give it to you. You caught the thought, man. You caught the thought. Oh, he actually jumped. Whew. We caught the thought, man. I've had more dribbles and more snibbles the last week because I'm going, oh my gosh, she had it, and then they were down for 3 days, and then they were down for 4, and I'm sitting there going, I'm a minister. I can do help, because I want to catch it too. You had your turn. I don't care if it is your birthday. I'm kidding, you guys. How they turn. Okay, here you go. So it's not about bad flu people. What this is about is, and I want you to listen to this question and not answer it out loud because this is not audience participation. So what it is this. Why do some people catch the flu or whatever illness and others don't? Now, the answer to that question, whatever comes up for you, is your belief system about illness in the world of form. And the answer is not because God likes one better than the other. That's not the answer. So let's go a little deeper. Now that my excitement stuff is... I really want the answer to this, you guys. I know a lot of people that are experiencing, let's just go to the physical. We build shrines to it. They're called hospitals. And we're building more and more and more and more. There is something going on here that needs to be known. And I don't care who's coming with me, but I will find the answer to this. I will. I know that. That's my personal mission, to understand that why these magnificent, wonderful people have to have any kind of suffering in the world of physicality. Reminds me of another quote by Ernest Holmes. If we think we can guide our brothers and sisters aright, while our own feet walk in darkness, we are mistaken. If we think we can guide our brother and sister aright, while our own feet walk in darkness, we are mistaken. He goes on to say, we must clarify our vision, then we shall become lights, lighting the way for others, or as Jesus called it, the blind leading the blind. Doesn't work. We must become lights for one another. So, you're suffering or you're going through some kind of experience. I think for me personally, what's going on with the world of illness is that we're becoming that identity. Instead of saying, I'm experiencing the flu right now, I probably wore my body down. I probably had emotions, like I talked about last week, anger that was spitting out a whole bunch of acid that brought my body down. Instead of just saying, I'm experiencing that, we become it. We become the flu. We become the whatever it is. And I'm saying there's another way. There's another way. And it's all based in love. But there's something to be known here, or we wouldn't keep getting sick. Are we going to do it in my life? It's like, well, maybe not in this lifetime. Why not? As Rita said, why not today? Why not be today that we find out? So, it says your body's ability to heal is greater than anyone has permitted you to believe, is what this talk is about. It's such great news. I feel sometimes like we are on the precipice of something so big that it's just, it does. It makes your head hurt, right? It's like, I have that much power? Yes. To the degree that we can use it, that we understand it. Wow. Illness is an identity. In the movie, the documentary Heal, someone was saying in there that she had been sick for so long, ill for so long, that she forgot what it was like to be well. Have you ever been there? Not just in physical. You've been in it so long that it's become a friend. So I had a little epiphany this morning that I debated whether or not to share because I wasn't sure I had processed it fully. But since when do I have a filter? And I thought of my cousin, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cousin who's no longer on this plane of existence. And she was battling cancer. And I remember her husband, my cousin, wrote to me and said, Peggy won the battle against cancer. She left this morning and gave it over to it. And I said, you know what? Who's it? Who's this reality that we have created, this identity of flu, illness, cold, cancer, whatever it is? What power have we given? It's as though the flu, I'm going to go back, and I know all the people that had flu, so do not worry, I will counsel you after this. But the people that had the flu, it's as though I was walking around, unaware, and it got me. And that is what we think. We believe that there's something, some germ or, Patrick, and I always have this one too. I don't want to say anything because if I get too cocky, it'll knock me down, right? And that's another belief system, better known as BS. So here we go, and I got that from my mentor. Yes. So here we go. So I asked, and I thought, I love my inner child work, by the way. I think we could all stand to do a little bit more of that. There's a little there's a little boy inside of me that has a lot of great answers. So I said, why are we getting sick? What can we do? And I heard, stop fighting. Stop fighting me. Of course the battle is on. The battle against cancer, the battle against whatever dis-ease we've called it. But what if, just let's suspend our belief for just a moment. What if this boogeyman called dis-ease has been trying to be our friend, has been on our side the whole time, to try to wake us up, to try to say, yeah, you haven't been listening. I'm not here to punish you. I'm here for you to get to know yourself. Now, I personally don't believe that's the route that we have to take, but that doesn't matter, because if you're on that highway, then it is an important message to remember. When we are sick, our bodies are crying to go home, to wellness. I hardly ever hear, when I don't feel well, I hardly hear myself going, wow, this is so temporary. Oh, I just threw up. That just means more healing. My second box of Kleenex. Yes. Do we do that? Oh, no. Oh, we do not. We do not. It's a lot to chew on, yeah? A little bit, this, because I believe we've taken it for granted that it just happens, that's just the way it is. People just get sick. People just get poor. People just get. And it's a lie in my world. It's a lie. We were not designed to be sick. So what does that mean? So when I go into a hospital and I visit somebody or I call somebody or we talk to Rita's mom, I'm not sitting there going, what did you do? What were you thinking? No, it's not, because first of all, whatever dis-ease is coming up in the body, you didn't sit there in meditation and say, come forth, flu, come forth. What you did was somewhere, for me, I got more forgiving to do. As much as I want to get away from that, it always comes back home. And it's always about me. And it's always about what I haven't learned. So when I get sick, or if you're feeling victimized, I'm about ready to wrap this, don't worry. But I heard the other day, and it just sends me through the roof. And I wish I could say in a more 4th of July way, but it doesn't. I would like a concrete solution. They say that a lot to spiritual people. Yeah. I got all that stuff. Be good to yourself, love yourself. Now let's get to concrete solution. There is no concrete solution without a spiritual solution. Bottom line. There's no way around it, my friends. You can work your butt off to make this thing happen, but you're not going to run and hide. As she says, the raging river of life can feel uncomfortable as it rushes over our attempts to sedate, medicate, and hide what really is inside. But at some point, what lies within will be seen anyway. So that's why it kind of like hits me the wrong way when people say, yeah, but let's get a concrete. No, let's get a really right way of thinking about this first, and then we'll take it out and we'll do it. We're running out of places to go, you guys. We're running out of classes. We're running out, except for here. We're running out of classes. We're running out of workshops. We're running out of healers, because what that voice of that illness, whatever it may be, is saying to you, you have the power within you to heal yourself now. And you are not alone. I am here. I've always been here. And I want you to use me, because you can never use spirit up. That is the great news. And we have to do it at the degree of where we're at. Yeah, it sounds good up here, right? But then you got to say, okay, well, so where am I? So why do some people catch the flu or whatever illness and others don't? That's something you need to ask yourself. Because then you'll find out if you have an outside God that is predicting your health portfolio, right? Because this is how it is. So, how do we feel? And here's the deal. Solution. Yeah, it's okay. I love that stunned. It's kind of like, Okay, so, and here's what the solution might be, the spiritual solution for all you concrete people. This is what it might be. The spiritual solution might be chemo. The spiritual solution might be sign the damn divorce papers. That's what it might be. Because Spirit's backing it. Oh, another bounce. Spirit's backing it. It might be, oh my God, I got to let somebody go. I got to fire someone. So we're not saying the spiritual solution is, hello, everyone. Have you met, come on. And somebody also asked me, well, what happens when you treat? I treated for my pain in my tooth, right? Because my dentist went out of town. And it's Kauai, so no replacement for that dentist. And I went, oh my God, I'm going to go through all this pain. I said, oh, hell no. I'm not going to, so I treated. And somebody asked me the other day, what happens if it didn't go away? Well, then I would have to treat again. Because I hate to break this and be the bearer of good news, because I don't believe in bad news. Here's the deal. If I'm treating, and that's spiritual mind treating, praying, call it whatever you want, and it's not showing up, I got some more believing to do. That's the spiritual kick butt theory of this. Here it is. It's okay, though. The pain's still here. Oh, I knew this stuff didn't work. No. Oh, wow, something needs to be known. Something needs to be known. What I know right here and right now is that I wasn't born for pain. There's a spirit that runs through me, as me, and it doesn't even know pain. I know pain because I've been conditioned to believe in pain. That's who I know. No pain. But I still have to go to the dentist and fix whatever cracked. That's okay. I don't want pain. This is such good news. I am vibrating right now, just to let you guys know, at a vibration that would send quantum physicists to just crazy. Because that's all we are, is we're love energy. So it's about time when we focus on anything to just let it go, let it go. And now it's time for dinner, so we can, so there you go. That's my Sunday message. Yeah, so yes. So heal yourself. Namaste.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved someone like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved someone like me.
That was beautiful. Most beautiful rendition of that song I've heard. Oh my God. Thank you.
Such a
Thank
perfect
you.
bookend. Thank you.
Yeah. Before we go into our time of giving, I just want to let you know that we have a little prescription thing. And
We're your doctors today.
yeah. And I realized we didn't sign them. So if you want one, they're going to be on the back table and we will sign them. And
We don't need
they
to
just
sign
have some, it's private. I mean, you can just put down what your name is, what your condition is, and we give you prescription, all right, and side effects too. So, but I think you'll.
And they are so good. Those side effects are good. Good,
all right,
good.
So we'll put them back on the table, all right? Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'll give them to Michelle. Okay. All right. So it's our time of giving. Yeah. And thank you from CSL Kauai for all the support you give the center in consciousness and finances and in support and service and everything. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to everyone online who also supports us because there's a lot of them.
Yes,
thank
there
you.
are.
So let's do our affirmation that's in the program.
I freely and joyously give
from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life and the world. And so it is. It's all one thing.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have.
And yes, we are so blessed. Just knowing and loving the whole idea that everything that comes and goes through CSL Kauai is blessed. And what I know is avalanches of abundance for everyone here, for CSL Kauai, and for everyone on the planet. And I'm just so grateful for the money and for the energy and for all the beautiful good vibes that people bring in here today. And I am just eternally grateful. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. And I just say thank you. And as we say together, and so it is.
That was great. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Do we have any children? Come on up.
I think they do. There they are.
Yay.
There they are.
Oh, we got some boys today too.
I
Usually
know
we're
these
overwhelming
two.
with girls.
I
Hey.
see ya.
Oh, hi guys.
And we have Malia.
Yay. Oh my God, she's standing up. She's standing up. They're in trouble
And this
now.
is George.
And here we go.
We were talking
And
about
we're
you.
going to be doing compassion. This is from Tibetan thing. I have this in my house. Every time I hit it, I think compassion. And we did compassion today, correct?
Let's
And
see.
then on the other thing, since I won't be here next week during St. Patrick's Day, I still had them do the St. Patrick stuff with the rainbow.
Oh.
With the rainbow. At the end of the rainbow, there's a pot of gold, and the leprechauns will get it for you.
I love it. Thank
That's
you.
great.
Don't go yet. We're gonna give you our affirmation. Is everybody ready? Ready. You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, George. Yay.
I'll be here for your St. Patrick's Day, George.
Yeah. Okay. So would the practitioners that are serving today please bring themselves forward? Hello? Do we have any practitioners here? Are you serving today? Yes. Okay. All right. All right, Reverend Diane.
And Deborah's
and
actually in
Malia.
counting, so.
And I think Deborah's in there being a collection steward, but Rob. Okay. Don't worry about it. It'll all work out. All right. So these ladies up here and Rob back there will be your consciousness on demand today. So if something's come up for you, they will do treatment with you. It's just a treatment. It's not a session. If you want a session, you have to sign up for that and come in and spend 50 minutes with them, and then you get to tell your whole story and all that, and they'll know the truth. But this is just for a little quick dose of prescription for better health, better wealth, better whatever's going on in your life, all right? So utilize them. It's a special blessing we offer. Right, all right. So.
Also, we have our interns, too, that are...
Oh, yeah. Are they treating?
No, but they're...
the interns. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the interns are Michelle and Stephanie, who's not here today, but they are practitioner interns, and they're doing sessions now complimentary, and they'll only be doing that till, what did we say?
I think middle of April.
Yeah, the middle of April, and that will no longer be available. But so take advantage of them. It gives them an opportunity to practice their craft and to just be ready to be fully licensed practitioners. So please utilize them. They're wonderful, or we wouldn't have them doing that. All right?
Yeah, and just so you'll know...
We trust them totally.
And just so you'll know, there's only one truth, so it's not like you're getting a bargain treatment, like half of it is... It doesn't work quite that way. The truth is the truth. Yeah. They're just doing it complimentary. It's like, oh, well, do it. Yeah, they know the truth.
They're doing their internship,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
All right, so I think that's everything we need to say. All right, so I think we're ready to close. Is everybody good with that?
Are you ready? So let's get on our feet and close it out.
Remember just who you are. Oh, remember you're a being of the stars. Oh, remember the wisdom within. Oh, remember all the joy you can bring. Oh, remember we can have peace on earth. Oh, remember all that you are worth. Oh, remember all that you know. Remember seeds take time to grow. Remember all that you are. Remember the power of love.
So what I know right here and right now is that we are already remembering. We are remembering who and what we are. That's what I know and claim. I know there's only one power, one energy, and one source, and it moves through everything. It moves through us. It's the perfect memory as it comes up and lets itself be known in us in the form of healing our lives in all ways. I know that's what's happened today, and I'm grateful to know that it continues as we go from here. And I'm grateful for all the people that made this service today possible, because without them, we wouldn't even be here. And that would be Michelle LeMay for her beautiful announcements today, to the Malama team, Louise and Emma and Michelle LeMay, to Malia for her beautiful treatment work today and her meditation. Thank you to Rob, who just is on live stream back there, who brings this service, and all of us to the rest of the world. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Jonathan, for making sure that we're heard. Thank you, Ron Stover, for the hospitality and all the team back there that's working with you. I don't know who they are today, but I'm sure we'll thank them later. Please smile at them and thank them, because they help every Sunday. It's amazing. And the flowers today are from, where are they? Arlena and Peter. Thank you so much. You always just grace us with your beautiful flowers. Mahalo nui loa for that. And Roseanne, thank you for making the bookstore so amazing, and it's doing really well. So thank you for that. And Maria Christina and Luis, thank you for the beautiful music. And Janice and George, who run our youth center, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's so many people to thank, and thank you to all of you who come here every Sunday, or whenever you come, even if you just drop in once in a while, that raise the consciousness of this planet just by standing here with us and assist Patrick and I. And thank you to Patrick Feren. who always thanks to me for his amazing talk today and for all the energy that's been in this room. I am just so grateful. And what I know about that is it doesn't just stop here, that we take it out into the world and we actually use it, we actually practice it, and we become those scientists, those quantum physicists that we are, those beings of light and love that lift this planet in every moment by lifting our own lives first and then radiating that light out. That's what I know and claim. I give great gratitude for it, and I release my word now into a universal law that says yes to me. My word never comes back to me void. So whatever is being put into this circle right now is being said yes to. Know that, I claim it, I announce it, I let it go and let it be so, as we say together, and so it is. Ah.
Remember just who you are, oh remember, you're a being of the stars, oh remember, the wisdom within, oh remember, all the joy you can bring, oh remember, we can have peace on earth, oh remember, all that you are worth, oh remember, all that you know, remember, seeds take time to grow. Remember, remember all that you are. Remember, remember, remember the power of love. Of love.